Hiya. So I was not planning on doing a video today. My hair's a little bit greasy, but there's a lot of stuff going on online and in the news at the moment about this new thing that's been passed by the UK Supreme Court, basically stating that, according to them now, the protections that the Equality Act of 2010 had in place for transgender women no longer stand because um, trans, according to the law, apparently now, the definition of a woman does not encompass transgender women. It only encompasses biological women. Now, I know, and I've said this before, I am not and will never be a biological woman. But my gender is female. I am a woman in my own right, I guess, and I'm not trying to pretend to be anything that I'm not. I'm trying to be the most comfortable I can be in this world and in myself. Um, the reason I'm talking about this now is because I am deeply emotional about it. I'm very upset because it opens the doors to removing more rights away from transgender people, transgender women. It's always about transgender women, so I'm going to say trans women. It's about removing the rights of trans women. It's about allowing more discrimination, prejudice, separation, um, and essentially segregation. Like, we're going to be separated even more so. Now, I've got my gender recognition certificate. Every document that I own pertains to me being who I am, um, and it includes like my passport, driving license, birth certificate, like everything. Everything is now me, and I was so excited when I had everything sorted because it meant that by law I was protected and I was recognised as a woman. Now that is not the case, which begs me to ask the question: what am I? Who am I? What am I? Because according to law, I know what and who I am as a person, but according to law, what am I? And I know there's going to be a lot of comments and hateful things about me being a freak, about me being an abomination and a freak of nature, all these different things, and whatever. Get over yourselves. Um, but if you're not going to class me as a woman, you cannot class me as a man. I've had surgery. Um, So I no longer have the genitalia of males. I have no testosterone in me. Um, Aside from the fact that I was born with those things and I lived a portion of my life being seen that way and having those biological traits, I'm not that person anymore. And internally, emotionally, and oh, stressed out now. I have never been that person. So to take away even more and to try to categorize me with men is just disgusting. It's disgusting. And I know I have so many supporters out here who will agree. Yes, there's a lot of haters, but why? Just why? These battles and debates and arguments are all coming from small-minded people who don't know trans women. Honestly, get to know trans women because we may not have had the exact same experiences as you as biological women, and we may never be able to do the things that you can do. Women are amazing, like, honestly, but we are certainly not men. It blows my mind how less than 1% of the population of this world can be so hated against and feared, and it's happening in America. And I was like, oh God, thank God I'm in the UK where I'm protected, but I'm not anymore. So what does that mean for me? What is it? Does it mean that companies are now going to have to start referring to me as he? Does it mean that there's going to be laws passed down like they've done in America, whereby anyone who's trans has to be recognized in their workplaces and in all documents as their assigned gender at birth? I am baffled. I am so baffled. The fact that no trans women were involved in this process goes to show that the system is broken. It is so broken to allow the hatred to feed through and create this policy and create this. Honestly, I don't know what's going to come next. I know there's going to be a pushback and there's going to be a fight back against it. Um, but we all need to use our voices to kind of show that trans women are not the problem. Like, we are not the problem. I am a woman, as defined by me and countless people across the world. If you want to change the law to change the definition of what a woman is, you go ahead. We will fight and we will sort things out. Hate cannot, cannot win. And whoever you are watching this, you need to raise your voices. Share trans content, share my content, support trans women, because we are not the problem. The problem lies with the hate. The haters, and I'm not going to say the T word because, you know, it's very contentious, but I believe in feminism. But I believe that true feminists include trans women. And that's from speaking to a number of feminists who are biological women over the years. I am just in shock. Um, let's share some content. Let's tell the world and tell the UK government that you're wrong. You're wrong to hate against our very, very small community of people who just want to live our lives in the way that we feel most comfortable. See you soon.